boring for me. It gets boring. Like, I've seen people celebrate a signing more than a trophy. Like, some guy messaged me and went, we signed Declan Rice and you wanted him. And I went, well, mate, come on. He's clearly said that Man City have pulled out. They're not going to go to that deal. Yeah, but we've got Declan Rice and you haven't. I said, mate, we just won the European Cup and the treble. Yeah, but we've got Declan Rice. And I'm like, oh, mate, come on, man. You're in the wrong person's DMs here. Go to a Tottenham fan. Tell him you've got Declan Rice because he gives a shit. It is what it is. Man City, if they don't want to pay him the price, then they don't pay the price. And then Arsenal want him and they want to get him, that's great. But Man City will do great business. We'll just be ticking over. We'll decide what we want to do. And that's just the way Pep works. And if he thinks he's worth it, he'll get him. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But it's mad how people get gassed about it all. We heard it all last season. You sold Zinchenko. You sold Gabriel Jesus. I bet you're gutted now, aren't you? I bet you're gutted. Pep's give him away. Who's gutted at the end of the season? Not fucking me, Terry. Let me tell you that. Not me in Istanbul in Navidad Street with the treble with all the Blues while they're sat at home crying about the fucking bottle job merchant that they did. Do you know what I mean? So you need to calm down because we've seen it all before last season about Zinchenko, Jesus, Odegaard, what we're going to do, how many points clear. And in the end, they fell flat on their ass. So I'd just pipe down, get your business done, and let's get the season started and see where we go, innit?
In terms of City, it's now been reported that Man City are entering the race for this Spanish talent, Gabri Veiga, after Declan Rice has picked Arsenal or will go to Arsenal. Liverpool and Chelsea remain interested, but City, Fabrizio is now saying that you guys want to be informed. Highly rated talent. A lot of people rate this guy. And is that what you expect from your team? You miss out on a target for one reason or another, and you go again, you find somebody else, you keep moving forward and winning. But what's your thoughts on the prospect of signing this kid?
Like I say, it's a bit of you see, the Declan Rice one was a bit weird because we've got Rodri, and he ain't better than Rodri. You got Calvin Phillips, he's better than Calvin Phillips. So is he coming to City to sit on the bench and try and fight with Rodri? No, I don't know what that signing was about. But then you don't know what Pep's got lined up with the midfield. We just signed Kovacic. This Veiga guy looks okay. Will he go straight in the team? I don't know. I just don't know where we're at with it. Like you say, we listen to the chairman say that we ain't going to stop and we're going to keep moving and keep progressing. We've let Gundogan go. We know that we like to freshen it up. So City will do what they need to do. There's no one in Manchester City's fan base other than a 12-year-old or 11-year-old panicking. That's it. We don't panic over it. We just relax. We'll get it done when it gets done. We've got a great squad. We've just won everything there is to win. Why should we panic? You know what I mean? It's just about relaxing, freshening it up. We know in a few years' time, Riyad Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, people like that are getting to the end of the career, going to start slowing down and dropping off, and that's when Man City replace them. So we'll be thinking. I just did an interview yesterday with Gael Clichy, 1 hour 45 minutes. One of the best interviews you'll ever see, and he told me that Manchester City are 5 transfer windows ahead of every other team on this planet. He said their chairman thinks 5 windows ahead. They've got players that they know that they have to get players in 2 seasons before that player starts to decline. And he said it is so far advanced at what they do and how they scout it. It's unbelievable. And he went into the insight of it, and it was quite good. So I believe that City's got their list of targets and they'll get in who they need to get in.
Look, you guys certainly are not going to panic, and I'm not surprised to hear that you're so far ahead. The planning is there, and that's why if you do miss out on a target, you always have somebody else lined up, whether that's somebody of the age of Rice, whether it's a different type of profile. As you say, you missed out on Jorginho, you missed out on Kane, you missed out on Alexis Sanchez, Maguire, and you've continued to move on forward. So, look, I understand a bit of banter that goes towards City, but the fact you're then linked to Gabby Veiga, who is tipped to be an absolute star, and under Pep Guardiola, invariably, he gets it right. Maybe, in the first transfer window, the goalkeeper, some of the fullbacks didn't quite work out how he wanted. You could argue Calvin Phillips hasn't, but the vast majority of Pep signings have delivered for you. And even people like your Ferran Torreses and did he sign? Was it Negredo he signed when he first joined the club?
No, Negredo didn't come. He signed Ferran Torres, and then we doubled our money more or less on him.
Yeah, that's the one. Torres is
he signed Nolito.
Yeah, Nolito, that's the one I'm thinking of. And there's a few signings that haven't quite worked, but they haven't been, probably barring Calvin Phillips. I'm trying to think of somebody who is an outright, and probably Bravo, flops that did nothing, barely had good games and had to move on. So, yeah, I would say this. As much as I think for the Premier League, it's good that Declan Rice is going to Arsenal, because I want more of our teams to be stronger. I want there to be more competition for our league. City are not going to regress because of this. And you look at who they're linked with. I wouldn't be surprised if they got involved in the Caicedo conversation. For me, City have, as you say, they have a plan. They're not just going to sit there now and go, damn, we missed out on Rice. What do we do now? And go in a weird direction. And as you say, the planning is so good at City. I expect them to see that. And in terms of breaking news, in the last few minutes, TalkSport have just announced that Manchester United have now spoken directly to Caicedo about a potential move for him. Is Caicedo a player that you would like City to look at? Is he someone that you think could come into City and help keep this winning streak going?
I don't think we need him. I think Chelsea or United, he's better off there. Like I say, with Rodri's massive. I'll be honest with you now. I'm in favour of giving Calvin Phillips another 12 months. I know this season he's been nowhere near it, but I'm in favour of Rodri as our main man, Calvin Phillips coming in as backup. We've got Kovacic now in there as well, so that makes us stronger. Just add one midfielder, a bit of creativity, I think, in there, because sometimes the burden's on De Bruyne a lot of the time to make the magic work. Or we go in another direction and we buy a winger and we play Bernardo in the middle as well. That if he stays. So I think there's still a lot of conundrums that are not finished at Man City. We don't know about Bernardo. We don't know if Mahrez is going to go to Saudi. Emerick Laporte, he's hanging around there. He's definitely going to go. Cancelo's definitely going to go. There's a hell of a lot of money at Man City now. With the treble money coming in, you sell Bernardo, you sell Mahrez, you sell Laporte, you sell Cancelo. There's 200-300 million there. So I think City are relaxed. I think what we need to do is just wait and see how it pans out. I think what you'll see is a couple of big deals will go off, and it'll trigger a load of small deals around the Premier League when people start moving. And I think if City keep the powder dry, that's when they can strike and maybe surprise a few people.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, the situation with the situation surrounding Caicedo is interesting. I mean, someone I want. I mean, I wanted Declan Rice. I think the kid's mustard, and it would have improved our midfield. Caicedo is another one who I just think 10 years of quality you could get out of him. I understand though why you wouldn't necessarily with the players you've already got. You mentioned Calvin Phillips. Do you think he'll come good next year if he stays? Do you think you'll get? We all know he's a very good player, but injuries, one thing or another, he just didn't get the game time this year. Do you think it could be another one of those players under Pep who year two just goes to another level?
I think all City fans always, give the players the first year, and we've done that. We've seen David Silva struggle first year. We've seen Leroy, Cancelo, Rodri. The list goes on. Grealish, you can even say. And I just think that with Phillips, he came in to do a really hard job. The Rodri job in the centre of that midfield on your own, picking that ball up from Edison deep and turning and driving from midfield. It's not everyone can do it. We've seen Calvin come on near the end, and he's a bit more. I don't know. Rodri will zip that ball away fast without even looking, and Man City's on the break. Calvin has to take 2 or 3 touches, turn on it. And I've read an interview with him recently, and he said he didn't feel that he couldn't believe the level of the players when he got there in the first training. So that says to me he wasn't confident in his own ability.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him at the players' party the other week, and I said to him, you need to believe in yourself a bit more. I said, you was playing a tournament in the Euros, you've just won a treble. Rodri's the man you've got to replace, and he said, no, I am. He said he's having a short break. He's going to come back early. He's going to get fit. And the way he was talking was like he's got a point to prove, which that's why part of me wants him to have a bit of a chance. You know what I mean?